Dallas Stars showcasing in our highlight remixes Jets versus the Stars at the AAC. At 0940, hashtag, what's the haps? Christian Parker, you are on the clock. You got to see what your probable wide receiver 1A or /1B, whichever way you want to line them up with that number 3 on this jersey. If he can be brought back. Peekaboo Pickens, hashtag Peekaboo Pickens, MVP at the NFL Pro Bowl. So his quarterback was at the Pro Bowl. 2 of his receiving counterparts were at the Pro Bowl. Hashtag always local, always live, every day, Monday through Friday, here at Dallas Sports Talk Radio. There is no debate. If you like it, we watch it. If you missed it, we will talk about it. Shout out to all of our subscribers. We're going for 1,200 subscribers. Don't forget, tell your friends, tell your enemies. We're here every day trying to get our laugh on. At 0940, hashtag, what's the haps? Christian Parker, you are the next DC in Big D. That $60 million arm takes aim at this new Vamp defense in Oxnard, California. What are you going to do to stop or put some type of hitch in the sluggo route for that all-time Cowboys? Rain on them, Dakota. Hashtag raincoats for cancer. Hashtag Dak in stride again. If you can't beat them in practice, you're not going to be able to beat them in the game. What type of scheme is Christian Parker going to bring to the Dallas Cowboys? Oxnard, California, here we come. At 0940, hashtag, what's the haps? Flag flies high. We're not the only ones that's seeing the Cooper Flag not getting the calls. You can even go on to the NBA app or NBA TV and look at the steal shot of the Boston Celtics beating Cooper Flag all in the face. Go check it out. Everybody sending us all this emails talking about, why y'all homers? Because no one else gonna stand up for us. Y'all saw what happened to Cooper Flag versus the Boston Celtics. Man out there by himself. Hashtag Dallas flag planted. Hashtag flag flies high. Hashtag Dallas flag flies. Hashtag flag planted in Dallas. Hashtag flag snub for the All-Star game. Hashtag witnessing history in Dallas. The youngest to ever do it. Every time this man laces it up, he's setting NBA records. The youngest to ever do it. If that isn't all-star caliber or all-star worthy, we must be watching the wrong game. They voted Pascal Siakam as an all-star. His team only has 13 wins. This dude been in the league 90 years. Cooper Flag is just now seeing these defenses for the first time. Everyone in the NBA is against them. That's just how it is. If everybody remembers, you old enough to remember when Kobe Bryant came in the league, even his teammates didn't like him. So you never know what it takes. Jason Kidd is the only one that really understands what Cooper Flag is going through as a one-year college freshman going pro. Knows what it's like to be a child prodigy on the basketball court. When Jason Kidd came out, even Dick Vitale was saying that kid can go pro. He's about the only one that I see that can go pro today. That was during the McDonald's All-American when Jason Kidd, 30 years here in the Metroplex. Jason Kidd. He's the only one that knows. Breaking news. We got breaking news. There's a news break. Breaking news. Breaking news. This is Straight Up Texas breaking news. Metropolitan Sports Talk News. It is rumored Anthony Davis has been traded to the Washington Wizards. We tried to tell you. This man, Cooper Flag flies high. Hashtag flag flies high. This is how you set up a team to make a move after the All-Star break. And if you don't understand, now you get to see. We were wondering who's going to make the decision. See, that's why they had to get rid of Nico. Nico was going to deal Anthony Davis. Send him to Washington. Same place where you sent KP. Send him to Washington. Washington will figure out how to get rid of him. They'll probably send him to Chicago. Chicago already clearing out space for him. They clearing out for Anthony Davis. We tried to tell y'all if Cooper Flag has this team where they can make a playoff push, there's no need to keep Anthony Davis. You keep Max Christie. Obviously you keep Cooper Flag. Now it's rumored that you bring in Chris Middleton, so now you get to hook Jason Kidd up with Chris Middleton again. It's obvious Chris Middleton wasn't the one up in Milwaukee crying about being coached too hard. He's willing to come to Dallas to the same coach. Now you get ready to gear up for everybody that made their moves. They're talking about bringing Giannis to Golden State. If that happens, he's going to have to go against Chris Middleton, Cooper Flag, Max Christie, Daniel Gafford, P.J. Washington. We were saying in the beginning of the season, why would they bring in D-Lo? But he came in, chilling with his boy Anthony Davis, and they sent him right back up there to the cold. They brought him from Brooklyn and sent him to Washington. He should have sent him to Washington a long time ago. Everybody want to question why Jason Kidd had Cooper Flag at the point guard to start the season. Well, when you bring in a veteran point guard and he can't make the floor, that's what you have to do with your 18-year-old rookie sensation. But all these haters that had to stay in college till they were 23, 24 years old before they became an NBA rookie want to sit back, man. You weren't that good at 18 years old. Round-bound rebound was not that good at 18 years old. Kenny the Jet was not that good at 18 years old. The only person on the NBA set, NBA TNT set, that probably was good enough to get any type of run at 18 years old was Shaq. And Shaq didn't even get any run at LSU. That shows you Cooper Flagg is a generational talent. So when you have a generational talent, and you were a generational talent when you came out in 1994, when you get drafted to the Mavericks in 95, you were a generational talent. Jason Kidd was the only one. They didn't say Jamal Mashburn. They didn't say Jim Jackson. They said Jason Kidd was the only one that possibly could have gone straight out of high school to the pros. Always local, always live, every day, Monday through Friday, here at Dallas Sports Talk Radio. Sports Mind. Get your head in the game. At 11:20, hashtag noteworthy, news on Talk Entertainment, worthy of discussion. Breaking news. It has been rumored that Anthony Davis is gone. Everybody can exhale now. He didn't break before he got out of the door. We love AD. We love the brow. But for Luka Doncic, that wasn't a trade that we were willing to make here at Straight Up Texas. But we enjoyed you while you were here. Now you bring in Chris Middleton, who has an axe to grind, who wants to get back to the finals, and possibly could be that power forward that you need. So now you got Max Christie, Chris Middleton, Cooper Flagg, Daniel Gafford, P.J. Washington Jr. And we're going to try to take that to make a playoff run. So everything after the All-Star break, y'all better be looking for the Dallas Mavericks to make a push. They all in right here. This grind city, baby. The closest games in the NBA season, 32. The team with the most close games in the 2025-2026 NBA season, Dallas Mavericks. Hump Day, Straight Up Texas. At the 12 noon o'clock hour, you have hashtag DSTR Dallas Sports Top Ranking. At 13:20, hashtag Alabama Bias. And at 1400, we close out the show because it's time to go. Time to go. It's time to go. We're closing out the show because it's time to go. Breaking news. We tried to tell y'all Anthony Davis was gone. That's why he was telling everybody, man, I really want to stay in Dallas. Yeah. Nobody saw that Cooper Flagg was going to be this talented. They didn't expect that because you haven't seen a rookie this talented ever. He's the first to ever do it. Hashtag witnessing history in Dallas. When you're witnessing history, it's hard to sit, like they say, sit back and smell the flowers because you're going through the history while the 18-year-old turned 19-year-old goes through the history. The youngest to ever do it, Cooper Flagg. You watching them, the man, they beating the man up. But the coolest thing about this kid, he didn't sit up and cry and say, Yeah, you're right. I'm not getting the call. You know what he said? It's going to be a lot of calls in my career that I'm not going to get. That's what I'm talking about. There are going to be a lot of calls in my career that I'm not going to get. That is one of the reasons why we said LeBron James is a bum. All he's ever done was cry. From the time he came into the league, he was a crybaby. Go back and watch 2004, LeBron James coming to the league, crying. And that's what the league has become for the past 20 years, a crybaby league. Don't y'all get it? That's why the NBA is faltering. You put all your eggs into the chosen one's basket, and all he does is weep. People get tired of seeing a grown man cry every game. Every single game for 23 years, all you've seen is a grown man cry. You can't enjoy the game. He slows it down so bad, then he can't shoot free throws, so he looks even more pathetic. Just like it was when he came here to Dallas. We said it. LeBron James is a bomb. He looked right up at us. Everybody was like, man, you could have heard a pin drop. And that's the way we planned it. We wanted them to hear it. We wanted him to hear it. LeBron James is a bomb, crybaby, cry over everything. And now you created a league that emulates a crybaby king. A king with a pacifier, a king that doesn't get his way. He jumping up and down. He got to make a spectacle. He got to try to put everybody on blast. Then go back and, I can't say anything about the officiating. Man, you cried the whole 23 years of your career. Why don't they consider me to be the GOAT? Because you want to be the GOAT. You're the greatest. You're the greatest basketball player we've ever seen. But you're never going to be Michael Jordan. Be content with being LeBron James. Always local. Always live. Anthony Davis traded to the Washington Wizards for Chris Middleton. Now you can run Chris Middleton and Dwight Powell, and you won't lose anything, because that's the type of player Chris Middleton needs. He needs a Dwight Powell. Now we find out why Dwight Powell has been held on for all these years. Survive KP. Survive Jalen Brunson. Survive signing Kyrie Irving. Survive hashtag Luka Doncic last year. Dwight Powell still here. Now, we're not saying that the man isn't a phenomenal athlete, but we haven't seen this phenomenon since 10 seasons ago. Still here. And maybe this is why. So you could pair him up with Chris Middleton and go on a playoff push for 2026 playoffs. Always local, always live, every day, Monday through Friday, here at Dallas Sports Talk Radio.